Hello, Chef Antonio here. This is my little baby Zula. Hello, Zula. How are you, baby? That's my Zuzu. She's such a good kitty. And she's such a lover, Baba. Now, when she was a little kitty, she got into the engine of a truck. And her and her brother, they got stuck in the truck engine for almost 50, 60 miles. And the brother, he done pass away. But Zula, she lived. So they named her Gloria. For Gloria Gaynors, I will survive. I was getting some cat food for my other cats about 3 years ago, and I went into the store, and they were having what they call a foster adoption day. And there was all kinds of kitties in little cages. And they said, oh, how about this kitty? And I was like, oh, she's so beautiful. And they told me the story. And I was like, oh my goodness, I love this kitty. And they said she was born on April the 13th. And that's the same day as my mama's birthday. So I adopted her right then and there. It's like a sign from a God. He wanted me to have her. But I don't like her the name Gloria. So I named her Zula. Zula. My little Zula. Z-U-L-A. And her middle name is Maria for my mama and my sister. Zula Maria. And she's a very special kitty. And she's a beautiful kitty. She loves Lennon. And she loves Martha. Right, Martha? She loves you. My little Zula. When I go to bed at night, she comes in and she spends the first 10 minutes on my lap. And she got a weird kind of, not a purr, but it's more like a purr. She make it a noise. And Chef Antonio, he like it the noise. It makes me think there's so many things. But you hear the mice? You better get out of here, mice. The kitty gonna catch you. Right, Zula? Zula. Hello, Zula. Oh, look at my little Zuzu. My little Zula.
It's a time to get up. Hey! It's a time for the show.
I made it! I snuck off with Coco's cacao beans, which put the chocolatey flavor in Kellogg's Cocoa Krispies and make them good for breakfast and for snacks.
Me, Coco, you lion. That Cocoa Krispies taste like chocolate milkshake.
Only crunchy. Hey, hang on to your Cocoa Krispies and don't give up the ship, neither.
Mo Scarazzo was born in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. He started out playing the tuba in the high school marching band and later got into music playing in the local Italian band. He played the bass horn prior to the string bass, playing one-night gigs with big bands. He was influenced by Ray Brown and Eddie Gomez. Mo moved to Las Vegas in 1956. He immediately began playing in most of the showrooms and lounges on the Strip. He has played with Louis Bellson, Buddy Rich, Peter Nero, Jackie Kane and Roy Crowell, Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, to name a few. He played the Jerry Lewis Telethon at the Sahara for years and played for Elvis at the International, later named the Hilton. Mo's worked with Jack Jones, Bobby Darin, Caterina Valente, Vic Damone, and many others. Mo joined the Bally's Orchestra in 1982 and was there for 14 years. Later he worked with Dean Martin, played backup for Dean on his London tour prior to becoming the musical director at Bally's in 1988. When the new MGM opened in 1995, Mo played gigs there for special events. Although no longer playing professionally, Mo enjoys music at home playing the piano and his string bass. Mo Scarazzo, a Las Vegas legend.
me. Something you call love, but confess you've been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin'. And now someone else is getting all your best. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. Yeah. You keep lying when you ought to be truthin', and you keep losing when you ought to not bet. You keep saying when you ought to be a-changin'. Now what's right is right, but you ain't been right yet. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. You keep playing where you shouldn't be playing, and you keep thinking that you'll never get burned. Ha! I just found me a brand new box of matches, yeah. And what he knows you ain't had time to learn. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. Are you ready, Boots? Start walking.
Stay tuned for OSS. See A Gun at His Back, a tense drama starring Frank Sinatra tomorrow night on ABC Television Network.
Hi everybody, it's Chef Antonio. And now here's the list of ingredients. It's a nice easy meal to make and it's going to be so good. You take a 1 medium onion and we're going to chop it up real good. You need a little olive oil, approximately a tablespoon or 2 to cook that onion in. We're going to take a garlic, we're going to mince a couple of heads of that real good. Now we're going to take 2 cans of our chopped clams. 1 can of tomato paste, approximately 6 ounces. Now we got a fresh Italian parsley. Oh, it is so good! We're gonna chop up about 1/4 cup of this. We got a bay leaf. Oh, I know that's a TV show with the Pamela Anderson. The bay leaf, I love that show. We're gonna take 1 bay leaf to put in our sauce. We're also gonna take a teaspoon of sugar just to make the sauce to be a little sweet. The acidity. 1 teaspoon of a dried basil. 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. That's right, because you could never have enough thyme. Oh, I make a jokey. Linguine. Now this is a full package, but we're probably going to use about 1/2 package, about 8 ounces. Tomatoes. Nice. I got a nice and no salt added diced basil, garlic, and oregano, but you get your favorite. And then finally, oh, this is what made a difference for Frank. A little cocktail sauce, a little seafood sauce, and they give a little spice. So now we got the ingredients, and we are ready to start to cook.
Sinatra recording, take 3.
want a dream. I hope I never waken. It's more than I could bear to find that I'm forsaken. If you're a fantasy, then I'm content to be in love with lovely you, and pray my dream comes true. I long to kiss you, but I would not dare. I'm so afraid that you may vanish in the air. So darling, if our romance should break up, I hope I never wake up. If you are but a dream.
Just give me 5 minutes and I'll have the other number ready.
I'll get a smoke.
Next number, boys.
Battle. Somebody in for a licking?
You bet. We're gonna smear him.
Yeah, but 10 against 1. That's not very fair.
Ah, come on.
What's it all about?
None of your business.
Scared to tell me?
No, I'm not as scared. I'll fight you even.
Not if I can help it. I just want to know why the gang war.
We don't like him. We don't want him in our neighborhood or going to our school. I've been living here as long as you.
What's he got, smallpox or something?
We don't like his religion.
His religion?
Look, mister, he's a dirt...
Now, hold on. I see what you mean. You must be a bunch of those Nazi werewolves I've been reading about.
Mister, are you screwy?
Not me. I'm an American.
Well, what do you think we are?
Nazis?
Don't call me a Nazi. My father's a sergeant in the army. He's been wounded even.
Wounded, huh? Say, I bet he got some of that blood plasma.
He was wounded so bad he had to get it 3 times.
Son, anybody in your family ever go to the blood bank?
Sure, my mother and my father both.
Uh-huh. You know what? I bet you maybe his pop's blood helped save your dad's life. That's bad.
What's bad about it?
Well, don't you see? Your father doesn't go to the same church as his father does. That's awful. Do you think maybe if your father knew about it in time, he would rather have died than to take blood from a man of another religion? Would you have wanted him to die? Would your mom want him to die?
No.
Look, fellas, religion makes no difference, except maybe to a Nazi or somebody as stupid. Why, people all over the world worship God in many different ways. God created everybody. He didn't create one people better than another. Your blood's the same as mine. Mine's the same as his. Do you know what this wonderful country is made of? It's made up of 100 different kind of people, and 100 different ways of talking, and 100 different ways of going to church. But they're all American ways. Wouldn't we be silly if we went around hating people because they comb their hair different than ours? Wouldn't we be a lot of dopes? My dad came from Italy, but I'm an American. But should I hate your father because he came from Ireland or France or Russia? Wouldn't I be a first-class fathead? You guys remember Pearl Harbor? Why, the Japs socked us so it looked like we could never do anything about it. But a couple of days later, something very important happened. Close your eyes and let me tell you about it.
Hello, it is Chef Antonio. I'm back. Yeah, I'm getting so excited to cook this meal because of Frank Sinatra. Oh, he's the best. And was one of his favorite meals. And then we don't measure the oil too exact, but we're gonna put in like a nice tablespoon or so of the oil. Now I'm putting in the olive oil because I'm I just like the olive oil, but you can use a canola oil or whatever oil you like. And we get the pan nice and oily and let it heat up. Now the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cook the onions. And we're gonna probably cook them about 3 or 4 minutes until they're nice and tender. Now, again, we're ready to wash our hands, wash all our silverware, and get everything well. Plates are nice and clean, and we're ready to go. Now we're gonna dump in the onions. I probably put more onions than I was supposed to, so I'm only gonna put about half the onions in there. We'll save the others for myself. So we're gonna heat this up nice. I'm gonna do a little covering, put a little cover. And we'll give that about 3 or 4 minutes to do some nice cooking. So while this is cooking in the saucepan, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put our 2 cans of the clams. 2 cans of the clams. Ooh, that sounds like a good song. Oh. And you notice I left all the juice, the clam juice in there. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this on like a low, like a 2.5 or 3. Okay, so now we put the, holy moly. A little sugar, And I'm gonna put this in my parsley and my thyme. Oh, this is getting so good. You can smell it there. There's also got my basil in there. One thing that Frankie his mama used to put a seafood sauce or a cocktail sauce. So we're gonna put about 2, maybe 3 teaspoons in there. Put a little spicy. And 1 bay leaf. And then the can of the tomato paste. I think maybe I had the virus then. Chef Antonio was so silly. Alright, now we're gonna go back into the onions. We'll make sure they're stirring and tappy. Now when the onions seem like they're cooking, we're going to add the garlic. Oh, I'm just doing some serious tapping. There we go. Stirring. Oh, we got a little sizzly going here. Getting close. We'll go like another 2 minutes. We'll get that another 2 minutes. Because our sauce is going to slowly cook on the stove for a couple of hours anyway. It's like a 2:20 in the afternoon now. So we're going to have like a dinner about 6 o'clock tonight. So the sauce will be perfect. The only thing, when the sauce is done, we're going to cook the linguine and then pour everything over the sauce. Oh, and then we added the tomatoes, the diced tomatoes. I know put a lot of salt in this. I want to have a nicer flavors. So this is cooking now. We're gonna add the onions and the garlic to that in a few minutes. All right, just a couple of more seconds. We'll let these onions cook. They're not quite tender yet. All right. Oh, things will go flying. Ooh wee. Ooh. Now we're gonna add the garlic. One good thing about this meal, Frank, I always knew that if you ate this meal, there was no way that night on stage you were going to get attacked by a vampire. I mean, unless you count a drunken Joey Bishop. Oh, I made a rat-a-pack joke. All right. Now we're going to put the onions in there. We're going to let everything cook about another minute or 2. And then we're going to add that to the sauce. Stir all the sauce one final time. And then let the sauce cook slowly 3 hours. There we go. Mixy and a stirring. A tap, 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 tap. All right. So now we're gonna add the onions and the garlic mix to the sauce. Oh, look. Oh, I think we gotta get a camera that has a smell-o-vision on it. We get a scratch and sniffer card. One final mixy, one final tappy. I know I'm feeling
pretty darn happy. All right. Mix it that in there. Oh, look at that. Look at that goodness. Got the oil. And we got the oil. All right. And one final mix of the sauce. I think maybe in about an hour, Chef Antonio, he come over, he do a little stirry, and then he do a little taste, see if I need to add any salt. We cover, and that's it. In 3 hours, we're gonna make it the linguine, and then we're gonna eat.
Close your eyes and let me tell you about it. Go on, close your eyes. All of you, I want you to imagine it. There was a Jap battleship, the Haruna, and one of our planes spotted it. Do you know what it takes to bomb a battleship? It takes guts and know-how and teamwork. And our boy sure needed plenty of it, because that Jap was throwing up enough flak to get out and walk home on. But the pilot had only one thing on his mind, to get over that ship. And he did. And then the bombardier pushed a button and a 500-pound tomato smacked that Jap right in the middle. Yep, they sank it. And every American threw his head back and felt much better. The pilot of that ship was named Colin Kelly, an American and a Presbyterian. And you know who dropped the bombs? Meyer Levin, an American and a Jew. You think maybe they should have called the bombing off because they had different religions? Think about that, fellas. Use your good American heads. Don't let anybody make suckers out of you. Well, gotta go to work.
What do you work?
I sing.
Ah, you're a kid.
Come here. They all stand here, and no hissing allowed.
What is America to me? A name, a map, or a flag I see, a certain word, democracy. What is America to me? A house I live in, a plot of earth, a street, the grocer and the butcher, and the people that I meet, the children in the playground, the faces that I see, all races and religions, that's America to me. The place I work in, the worker at my side, the little town or city where my people lived and died, the howdy and the handshake, the air of feeling free, and the right to speak my mind out, that's America to me. The things I see about me, the big things and the small, the little corner newsstand and the house a mile tall, the wedding and the churchyard, the laughter and the tears, the dream that's been a-growing for 150 years. The town I live in, the street, the house, the room, the pavement of the city, or a garden all in bloom, the church, the school, the clubhouse, the million lights I see, but especially the people. That's America to me.
So long, men.
Hi, this is Chef Antonio. I'm back. Now it's about the 5 o'clock, so we got about another half an hour on the gravy that's cooking. So let's take a look now. The smell. I come out, I walk Martha. I come in, all the smells. It ain't making me jump through the roof. My head actually stuck up there. About 10 minutes, I had to get somebody to pull me out. Oh, we open it. Oh, steamy. I like a steamy. Oh, she said, look at that. Oh, maybe now when we make this, we kind of figure things out for the next time. Maybe put a little bit more clams in there. Get us some fresh clams, maybe instead of the canned clams. Canned clams. That's a tougher one for Chef Antonio to say. He's got some words sometimes that don't come out as so good. Oh, the excitement. She's beginning to build now. You see, we got about half of the box of Ranzoni Linguine. Ranzoni, Sonaboni. Ranzoni, it's so good. The sauce is all hot. And now what we're going to do, we're going to take our water and we're going to turn it on. We got a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of oil, a little bit of oil. And then we're going to cook the noodles, which should be about 9 or 10 minutes. The final step, the preparation, we're going to put just a little sprinkle, a little bit of cheese on the top. Just a little cheesy. Oh, a little mozzarella. Just a little sprinkling on top. And take a bigger bite.
Escape! Come on over to Royal Crown Cola. It's a mad, 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 mad cola. RC, the one with the mad, mad taste. Better shake that cola's drag. Check the one that's really mad. It's a mad, 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 mad cola. RC, the one with the mad, mad taste. RC.
Okay, we down it to like 2 minutes and then 20 seconds left. So what I do, I'm gonna drain the linguine and then put it in the bowl, add the sauce, a little bit of cheesy, a tasty, and then I'm gonna sit down and have a nice meal. She's almost done. Everybody, a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. She's done. Let's drain the linguine. I'm getting so excited right now. I'm filled with so many thoughts. So many thoughts. Oh, Chef Antonio, you're getting all crazy. Oh, and then we drain the noodles. Drain the noodles. 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 Oh, wait a minute. I hear the mice. They're back. And we plop the noodles. Oh, look at that. See the sauce. Oh, just look at how thick. Look at how thick and steamy it is. Steamy. Oh, pour the sauce. Oh, look at this. Now this will probably, when I cook it, half of the package, probably serve it like a 4 people. You get a scoop on the bottom, you get all the clams. So you make sure you get underneath. All right. Oh, look at that. We make a little splattery. Oh, I forgot. We're supposed to take out the bay leaf. Oh, we get it crazy. We're gonna taste. We get us some. Oh, You notice I noticed when I watch the chef show, I have such a hard time of picking up the food. It's like a Donald Trump in a glass of water. Okay. La. Oh, she's a hot and steamy. Okay, here's the bigger moment. I'm a dancing with joy right now. I'm a dancing like a crazy man. Look at me go, look at me go. Oh wait, you can't see me. La, 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 la. Oh, everybody, you take care. You have a nice Thanksgiving. We're back with our Christmas special next month. We love everybody. Ah, manja.
Hi. How's the battle going?
Not so good. I've seen you before. Are you a doctor?
Nope. My name's Frank. What's yours?
Arnold Gordon Nolte Jr. My folks don't call me Junior. They call me Gordy.
Okay, Gordy. Say, the doctors here at the hospital tell me you're a pretty good soldier yourself.
The Indians are going to wipe out the stagecoach this time. See?
Mm-hmm. Doesn't look very good, does it? But I think I came just in time. Got some reinforcements.
Gee, thanks.
This is a battlefield, make-believe and real. The real battle is the one Gordy Nolte is fighting with tuberculosis. Gordy first contracted tuberculosis of the lungs, and then it spread to his spine and has now dissolved one of the vertebrae in his back and is attacking the others. Gordy will probably spend the next 3 years of his life in this TB hospital fighting tuberculosis. But TB is our fight, too. Every 5 minutes, another American breaks down with tuberculosis. It can happen to any of us, age, sex, rich or poor. It doesn't make any difference. But right now, each of us has the opportunity to join in the fight against TB through our purchase of Christmas seals. Our Christmas seal dollars are needed for chest x-rays, health education, rehabilitation, and for medical research. For Gordy and for thousands who are young and old, the fight against TB is face-to-face. But for us, it's a lot easier. Christmas seals on every card, Christmas seals on every package. And make sure you answer your Christmas seal letter today. It's important. And thanks from FS for CS, Frank Sinatra for Christmas seals.